got to talk about, which is the All Blacks coaching has been revealed.
Yes.
Today.
All Blacks assistant coaches. Was it today or yesterday?
Well, today to me, yesterday for others, because it came out in New Zealand, I guess.
Oh, did I only see it this morning? I thought I saw it yesterday morning.
And by the time people watch this, it's probably 3 days old. Anyway, that's as good as we're going to get. So, do we think that group of coaches?
Well, shall we name them?
Yeah.
So, we've got Mike Blair.
Yes, I remember Mike Blair playing. I was a big fan.
I didn't recognise him at all.
Mike Blair, Scottish international.
Yes. So this is interesting, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Our first. Is it the first international?
No, it's not.
Okay.
We've had an Aussie before.
Who?
I can't remember his name. He's a brilliant skills coach.
Okay.
Yeah, he was an Aussie. He was an assistant coach. I think he coaches for. It might even be Fiji. He might be doing the Fiji team.
Right. Okay.
Brilliant. I think he might have been kicking coach.
Right.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Really, but he is an Aussie. He kind of sounds similar. He can get away with it, but Mike Blair's going to come in with a Scottish accent.
He is, isn't
right?
he?
His Scottish ways, right? Haggis and stuff.
Oh, look at us.
He's going to wear his kilt, isn't he, at training?
No undies.
No undies. He's going to be piping himself in.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a euphemism?
It could be.
Could be.
Depends on what he does in his free time.
Then we've got Tana Umanga.
Yeah.
Now, sorry, Jason Ryan, Mike Blair.
Yes.
What is he?
Attack coach.
Attack coach.
Attacks coach.
Okay.
I like it because I think the Scots have always played. They've had to play. They've always had to think outside the box because they've never had the team.
Correct.
So I like this.
Yes.
One of the things I think we've been missing has been innovation. By all accounts, Mike Blair is an innovative attack coach.
Yep.
Can't wait to see what he brings.
Cool. Then we've got Tana Umanga.
Yeah. Defence
coach.
Moana Pacifica getting beaten by 50 every week.
Doing really well.
I have to say, I do like the idea. I was a huge fan. But what I believe is when he was captain, he said virtually nothing. He was a man of very few words, apparently.
Actions.
As a coach, though, not sure you can lead by your actions.
No, because no.
But
has he come in as a bit of mana?
Well, he's the only one.
Aura.
The only one on the team that's actually played for the All Blacks.
Yeah.
I think he's in the team because the players will look up to him and listen to him.
And I think
if he talks.
And I think they'll work for him.
That's the problem, though. He's got to talk, doesn't he?
He'll talk, though. He's a coach at the moment. He can't not be a talking coach.
He could be a mimer, eh?
Village.
In his white gloves.
It's not even funny. Right, then we've got Jason Ryan.
Well, I've always rated him.
Yep, you have.
Yeah,
Forwards coach.
I do. Also, never played at a high level. He's gone through
Buller.
Club. Not a Buller lad.
No, but he's played. I was reading. He played for Buller.
What?
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think.
No, mate, if he did, that'd be class. I played for Buller too.
I think he played a couple of games for Buller.
Yeah.
And then, or maybe he coached at Buller.
Maybe he coached at Buller. We're going to have to look this up.
Yeah,
mate.
we are.
You want to go and do a Toogle?
I'll do a Toogle. So he played 6 games for Buller, 14 games for West Coast.
Yeah.
And then he was a scrum advisor and assistant coach for West Coast before then moving
I think that's
to
absolutely
Canterbury.
amazing. I think that's absolutely amazing. What a great story that is, because I've played for
he's a provincial lad.
Never played in anything other than Div 3. Absolutely brilliant. And he is a very good coach.
And
Very good
obviously, he is because he's been kept on.
3 times. Well, he got picked up, didn't he, by Fozzie,
Yep.
kept on by Razor,
Yep.
and now kept on.
Yep.
Brilliant.
So
Great
they obviously
stuff.
like what he's doing with the forwards.
Yeah.
Let's
No, he
get
did
the
say,
scrum.
didn't he? I heard him say that, he's rated as one of the world's best forwards coaches.
Really?
Yeah.
By who?
By Renz. And then we got Barnesy.
Neil Barnes.
So Neil Barnes was asked, does he think coaching the All Blacks will be his toughest job yet?
Now, Neil Barnes, just for those that don't know, is the senior assistant coach.
Yeah,
So he is the right-hand man.
he is. Unless he's left-handed, and then he's a left-hand man. Moving on very swiftly. Bad joke.
Real bad.
So I can't even remember what I was saying now. Because again,
hardest job.
Okay. Does he think the All Blacks will be his hardest job? And he said no. He said he's coached under 19 team, club rugby. And he said motivating 19-year-old lads who might have work, might have girlfriends, might have other commitments to turn up to play for nothing and go towards winning a title is harder than working with a group of players who know what they're doing,
Professional, get paid for it.
and love it,
Yep.
and are getting paid for it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was actually fantastic. Yeah. By all accounts, he's your old school kind of rugby coach. I think he used to be a teacher.
Okay.
Yeah, which obviously we like the idea of. And when one of the reporters came out of the interview that he was announced as the All Blacks coach, he just said, I wanted to go and put my boots on and go out there and play. That's how he made him feel.
Yeah. How good's that?
That's amazing. So, if he can replicate that with the players, then that's going to be awesome.
It was funny because I heard an interview and it was talking about how he sort of got offered the job from Renz. And he texted Dave Rennie and was like, you should put your head in the ring. I think you'd be really good for the job.
Yeah.
And then Dave Rennie replied back saying, would you be on board or would you help me? And he replied saying, I'm not sure I'll be able to help you get the AB's job. So I think he's quite a hard case.
I think
he's a straight talker. And I've then subsequently seen more interviews, but of ex-players about him.
Yeah.
And they just sort of say, he's hard case.
Yeah.
He'll tell you straight. He's a bit of that tough love, I think.
I think so. I think the two of them will work really well together. I'm excited, not so much about what Barnes will do kind of off the pitch, but what I like is the story of how he took Taranaki to win the NPC title.
First time ever, wasn't it?
First time ever. And that is incredibly hard to do in a place like Taranaki where you've got lack of resources.
Yeah.
Yes, you got some farmer boys and you've got the area behind you, but this is a great example of having a team that's greater than the sum of their parts.
Yeah.
And that's what we need from the ABs right now.
Yeah.
God, if we can get them to be as good as the sum of their parts, that's a step in the right direction, isn't it?
You're saying that phrase so much.
many times. I do apologise, everyone. I do apologise. So I'm excited.
Yep.
But I'm a bit of a rugby tragic, really. And whenever these things, I'm always a glass half full. And I was with Razor.
Yeah, you were glass completely full.
No, actually.
No, you were.
We both said we never thought that their assistant coaches were anywhere near good enough.
Very true.
Whereas I'm not saying these are the best coaches that you could get, but I do feel more confident in Mike Blair to think outside the box, and that's what we need. I'm more convinced that Neil Barnes and Jace Ryan are the right people for the job. I do think Tana Umanga, that is, when it comes to defence, I just think defence, if you look at most countries around the world, their defence coach kind of is either league-based, but definitely not from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Where when Tana Umanga played rugby, defence was genuinely optional. There was no structures. There was nothing. Just go out there and smash people. That was what you did. I'm just not sure. Not convinced.
I wonder why he's been picked.
I think it's because he's played for the All Blacks. He's got a lot of mana. I think all of those things. I'm not saying he's the wrong man for the job. I'm just not sure he's the best defensive coach we could get. So, maybe I don't know. I just don't know.
Do you think that Moana Pacifica, yes, they're not doing so well, but do you think they're doing good for the players that they have?
Yes, I do. I do. And you look at them, the first 60 minutes of every match, they're there or thereabouts. It's the last 20 when these big clubs bring on their massive benches. When I say massive, I mean like depth. And they don't have that to bring on.
No.
And they're running on empty every.
So do you think defensively, we really need to watch a game, don't we, and just look at the defence and how it shapes up?
He did sort of, because someone did ask him this, and he did sort of admit that it is something that, but he did kind of say, well, I don't really have the players that I can match with a lot of these teams. We'll see. It's the only question mark I've got.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of with you.
The only question mark I've got.